Good afternoon, everyone. Great to be back again in Wareham. How you guys all doing? I can feel spring is in the air. We got a great topic time show for you tonight. This is Harrison Young, your host, and I've got an awesome guest for you to talk to. We're going to talk to and find out about her. But before we do that, we got to read these great underwriters, and then we'll get right to it. We got a new one, Nick Iarimo Landscape Supplies in Middleborough. We got Crazy Axes Recreation Center in Hanover. We got Richie's Auto Care in Hanover. We got South Shore Trains and more in Pembroke. We got Carver Jewelers, Ronald R. and Lily Delano Goldsmiths in Carver. We got Main Ingredient, Just Good Food Restaurant in Middleborough. We got Tom Auto in Middleborough. We got New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We got Pembroke Radiator in Pembroke. We got Genuine's Inspection in Middleborough. We got Matt's Auto Repair and Service in Kingston. We got Good Old Dave's Automotive in Hanson on Route 58. We got DNS Auto Works in Abington. We got Brian's Auto and Tire Service in Middleborough. And we got the Gunrunner LLC in Middleborough, dedicated to your Second Amendment rights. I want to thank you guys very much. And now on that note, I will introduce this lovely young lady here. This is Danielle Petrova. She is an actress. Nice to see you, Danielle. Thank you for coming up and being on my TV show Topic Time.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
It's great to have you here. She's an actress. She's a model. We're going to talk to her tonight. She's got an awesome slew of stories to tell, and we're going to cover them all. And so, Danielle, what I want you to do is to tell me, like I do with every guest, we sort of went over this before, but we're going to do it fresh. Talk about what life was like as a kid for you, where you grew up, and how it got to the way you're at now. And then we'll have any questions, I'll roll them in there.
Absolutely. Well, I grew up in Southborough, Massachusetts.
Great town.
Yep, it's a great town. I went to Algonquin Regional High School, which is a fantastic school. And I was a pretty normal kid, I like to think.
Okay.
I always wanted to, be a form of entertainment for anybody, and I eventually went to college for acting, and I started modeling in high school, and it just all sort of fell into place.
Okay, now we're going to back up a little bit because I'm glad you told me that, but you briefed me a little bit before, and you told me that something happened that brought on your modeling. At first, you weren't really inclined to do it, but then somebody came up to you and convinced you to do it. So talk about that.
Yes,
be able to elaborate on that.
My best friend Bethany, she really wanted me to push to feel comfortable in front of a camera.
Okay.
Because she's like, if you're going to be an actor, you got to feel comfortable in front of a camera. And I'm like, absolutely, sure, why not? And so I eventually started doing, photo shoots for her because she loved photography, and
okay.
So, yeah.
When you say if she loved photography, does she do that for
she does
work,
photography
just
now,
for a hobby?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
She's about your age?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We graduated high school together.
Graduated high school together. So she's a professional photographer. And how long ago this was? Not too long ago.
Oh God, no. It was about freshman year in high school, so like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And I'm sure. I'm just curious. What kind of reaction did you get from your classmates at school? They must have been quite excited for you. I'm guessing, but you tell me.
Some people, I always, it's always hit or miss with people's reactions.
True.
It started, a lot of my friends were like, "Oh my God, you're beautiful" and everything like that. But I always have that struggle, of feeling, oh, is this a good photo? Should I post this and everything like that? But if I have a good time with something and you can see that I'm comfortable and confident, I have to post it.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you obviously were.
Yeah, and a lot of my friends think that that's, amazing because they're like, I couldn't do it. And I'm like, yeah, it's all about feeling good about yourself.
It is, and it's pretty nice that your friend actually was, nice, able to get you on board like that.
Absolutely.
And the fact that you were able, you made the transition so easily.
Yeah.
Okay. But then once you started doing modeling in high school, where did you model in high school? Where did your pictures go from there?
Well, I just posted my photos from my friend when she took them, and then someone reached out to me on Instagram, and they said to me, I'd love to do a photo shoot with you.
Okay.
And I was kind of nervous at first.
Yeah.
I was very, cautious.
Was a male photographer?
Yes,
okay.
I was very cautious about what I was doing and who I was talking to, so I talked to other models that the person, had taken photos of, and I asked them, oh, is this person professional? Should I, am I going to feel comfortable? And I eventually did a photo shoot, and they came out great, and that was my first professional photo shoot, and I loved the way that the photos came out, and I was like, wow, this shows, I do have a little bit of potential in this.
Well, you got a lot of potential, but not only that, the fact that you were shrewd enough to figure out, to think it through and,
Yes.
find out about the guy first.
Absolutely.
And that's really
Absolutely.
smart of you to do that, and I commend you for doing that, and I'm sure people in your life did as well.
Oh yeah, they were like, you got to watch out for, certain
Yeah, I
things
know.
like
There's all
that.
kinds
And
of
I'm like,
sleazes out there.
you got to watch
sleazeballs.
out, and you just got to look out for yourself.
Right.
know?
Okay. Well, now that having been said, now this was in high school, but where did these photos end up? Like just on Instagram, or did they go on?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I put them on Instagram and I put them on Facebook, and initially like my mom was like, oh my God, you look amazing, you need to start doing this full time, you need to do this like even more. Like I would always watch Victoria's Secret fashion show, and I'm like, I want to be them, and she's like, you're yourself, don't try to
Okay.
don't try to do any of that. And I'm like, I hear you. And she even watches,
Your mother said you shouldn't do this. Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, she was fully behind me,
Okay.
but she's like, don't try to be like them. Be
Oh,
yourself.
okay.
And I always struggled with that.
She was just afraid. Yeah, she was afraid that
Yeah.
you might fall into some kind of a trap that
Exactly.
some models fall into.
Yeah, she's
Right.
like, I don't want you doing that. She's like, I know the industry can be tough and
Yeah,
everything, and
right.
she doesn't know a lot about it, but she tried to warn me about it.
Of course.
And, she's
she
my
loves you,
mom,
and obviously
yeah,
she wanted the best for you.
absolutely. And so, I really took that into account of being like, you know what, I really need to listen to her. Mom knows best.
Okay. No, you're right.
And yeah, no, she definitely, helped me guide me sort of through that path of being cautious of certain things going on in my
Okay.
life.
Now somehow it led to acting too. Now did you tell me
Yeah.
that you were doing acting when you were really young too, right?
Yeah, I always loved doing plays in school,
Okay.
no matter what it was, even if it was like a Disney play, like, being an extra, like in Aristocats, or like doing anything like that. Like,
Oh, I know that
loved
play,
it.
Aristocats.
I loved it so much, and eventually, I always watched movies growing up. It was just a part of my childhood, and so being able to realize that, people can play dress up and they get paid for it.
Right.
That's amazing, and something just sort of made me realize, like, oh, growing up, you sort of go through this weird transition of, not really knowing who you are. And so
Right.
being able to be an actor, you get to play anybody that you want to be,
Okay. Okay. Now this when you were 6, you were doing Aristocats as a play
yeah.
at school. Was that at school?
Yeah,
Okay.
most of my plays I did
Your
at
elementary school.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do any acting in high school too, in addition to the modeling?
Oh no, because for some reason in high school, people took theater way too seriously. It was just.
What do you
I was
mean
like,
by? What do you mean they took? You mean like
they were like, oh, like this is Broadway. I'm like, no, it's not.
It's not,
This
okay.
this is high school. This is low budget. Not even anyone's gonna film this or
in the
see
sticks?
it.
Yeah. Right. I get it. Okay.
I'm like, so why are we acting like this is such a big deal? And then eventually, going to Salem State.
That's right. You went to Salem State
Yeah.
in Salem, Mass.
Yep, and
Okay.
and I loved doing improv was my main focus.
Okay.
I loved doing improv. Even in high school, I took improv, and it was just so easy to be able to think of something on the spot. Try to anything someone said, just go with it.
Okay.
And
What
just,
about stand-up comedy?
I don't know if I could ever see myself doing that. Maybe one day. I mean, I love comedians.
Do you have
love,
anyone in particular that you really favor?
I love Bill Burr.
Any female stand-up
Oh
comedians?
God. Oh man.
What about Sarah Silverman? You know who she is?
Oh yeah.
She's my cousin.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you that on the way over here, but
Oh my
I knew I
God.
figured it would come up sooner or later.
Oh wow.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
It isn't it? Yeah.
Wow. How's she doing? She
Great.
good?
She's
Okay.
doing fine, I guess.
That's awesome.
I met her 3 years ago at the Wilbur. We did it on April
Oh.
28th, 2017.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay, so now there's another little point about me that you know.
Yeah.
Okay, Bill Burr's pretty funny too.
He's
I know.
great. Yeah, I believe he's from Massachusetts or somewhere around that area.
Well, listen, I got to tell you though, having talked to you a little bit before, I mean, you seem to be able to make light of a lot of stuff that some people wouldn't even come close to.
Absolutely.
And somebody like that, it's funny. I was trying to hash the idea out. Now I know I had to bring you in here today, and that's great, because I try to always think ahead, think outside the box, think through ideas that are going to help the people I interview.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of maybe you getting up on stage and trying stand-up comedy might be kind of cool. just because you have such a bubbly personality.
Yeah, I have to just always laugh about like
No
everything
matter how
that happens
miserable
in my life.
you might
yeah,
feel, right? Yeah, I
how
understand.
miserable life is, you just gotta laugh through
Right.
it.
Okay, no, that's good, and you're really good at that.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
even realizing that
Yeah,
things.
well, I understand what you mean, but I'm saying you could help a lot of people that way. Like,
Oh yeah.
in a way, you'd be like, number one, you'd be inspiring a large audience of people,
Right.
or you'd be entertaining them, and you'd be inspiring them as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
That'd be pretty cool.
yeah. No, and what I'm telling you is this. Now, you made a nice video when you promoted your appearance on the show today.
Yeah.
Last week.
Thank you.
Then you're welcome. But that having been said, maybe you want to stand up doing videos of yourself, practicing doing stand up too. At the very least, I mean, and run it by your friends, and
Yeah, just
and
write
if it
some
works,
jokes and be like, "Am I funny or no?"
right? No,
Yeah.
you have such an exuberant laugh that in and of itself is funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's good. That's really cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so now fast forward. You've done some film. You worked in a film with some of the people that I've had on the show.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Talk about how you worked in with Joe and Mario, and tell me what you've done. Working with them.
Well, so I went to the premiere of Reflections,
Yeah,
which
in Connecticut
is an
last week, right?
Yes, which
Okay.
is an amazing show on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
And it, I met them. I met Joe a while back.
Yeah.
And
Where'd you meet him?
I met him at a party.
Really? It had
For,
nothing to do with acting. You just happened to be.
Oh no, it was like for people like talent people and creative people and everything.
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
You
I
just
met him there.
you got invited and you figured, or you
Yeah, and
crashed
then
the party.
Yeah, and then I met him and he gave me his card and I
Wow.
followed him on Instagram, and then one day he was like, "Yeah, you want to come to the premiere of Reflections?" I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Wow.
I'd love to.
Okay.
And,
so, but I saw a picture of you on Facebook. You were standing with, I think it was Mario and Joe and some other people.
Yeah.
And was that some kind of a festival that you
It
were
was
at?
it was the premiere.
Oh, that was at the premiere, because I
Yeah.
thought it was okay. It was right. So that's where I actually probably saw you first, was at the premiere. So
Probably,
because I
yeah.
did think you were in the film, but you weren't.
No.
But you did do some. You were involved in some filming of something else, correct?
Oh yes. So I'm going to be filming with Rob Levinson.
Okay.
For Indescribable Urgencies.
Okay.
Which is a short film that he's currently working on. We just haven't gotten enough investors yet, so we're still looking
Oh,
for
I
those
see.
people
So you
and
need
everything
fun,
like that.
Kickstart and stuff.
Oh yeah,
okay.
absolutely, and it's always good to get actors known, like let them know about things and everything like that. So he reached out to me because I had noticed that he makes like very interesting films, and he reached out to me and said, I have this role for you. I think you'd be great. It's a bartender. And I always wanted to be a bartender. I
Really?
Find, the
For real?
mixology, the mixology and everything,
yeah.
like remembering drinks, even Starbucks baristas, like I'm like, they're
How
magicians.
about flipping the bottle?
Yeah, they're magicians. Like I want to
Yeah.
do that, just shake it over here,
Yeah.
and just
I like
do all
don't
that.
you love the sound of the ice cracking
Yeah,
around in there?
yeah,
in the
absolutely.
shaker, that's great. I know.
And
I don't even drink, and I like that
Yeah,
sound.
absolutely.
Okay.
And I said, yeah, I'd love to help you out. I'd love to, get to know the people on set and get to know him as a director and everything, and
Okay.
a writer. And so we're going to be filming that in September, hopefully.
Okay.
And yeah, it should be pretty fun.
Did he write the script too?
He did, yes.
Okay, and it's just a short film, right? It's like maybe how many scenes in the film about?
Oh gosh,
I don't want you to give too much away, but
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
you're not sure. Okay, well,
yeah,
you play the bartender.
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
be playing a bartender.
Okay. Have you ever really tended bar?
No, but I've seen other people
Others
do it,
do it, yeah.
and it doesn't look like rocket science. I'm pretty sure I could figure it out, like get to know the movements and everything. That
Don't
they
forget,
do.
don't forget, you gotta have the right beer nuts on the counter too.
Yeah.
You gotta know which guy likes the pretzels, which guy likes the honey coated
Right.
Zuccots or whatever.
Yeah, like the pretzels and
Right.
like the cheese balls.
Right,
and
the
you
cheese
know.
balls,
Yeah.
the Doritos.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right. Now you mentioned that you went to Salem State and
Yes.
what did you major in there?
I majored in theater arts.
Okay.
Mainly, and then I also did study like script analysis or script writing or something.
Well, script analysis. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, now that having been said, have you ever tried writing a script yourself?
Oh gosh, I started.
And if not on your own, how about for school?
I started writing a screenplay when I was about 12 or 13 years old.
Okay.
I still haven't finished it yet because
All right.
I always go back to it and I tweak it or I I don't know. But I always loved writing. I think like it's the best,
It is.
therapy and the best way to be able to get all your thoughts out and
Yep.
and whatever it is, good or bad, write it down. My grandmother was the one that gave me my first journal.
Okay.
So she was like, write it all down, write all your memories down because they're too important to forget. And
That's
I'm like,
right.
absolutely. Okay.
Well,
And so I've been doing that
that's
ever
what you use as a
since.
basis for like anything that you want to do, like even stand-up comedy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna put this down well. Okay. Yeah, they told me to put that down, but that's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, all right, but that's what I'm saying. Now, that having been said, have you been keeping the journal ever since your grandmother gave it to you? And
Yeah,
writing
I
regularly?
have a whole cabinet in my bedroom
Wow.
filled with journals from when I was a little girl to now.
The currently, yeah.
And it just keeps adding up, and I even take notes on my phone if I'm like, if I'm on a bus or like I'm in a Lyft or something, an Uber, I'll think of something and then I'll have to write it in my notes.
Even just
Just
being
so
on
I
an
don't
Uber trip. I had my
Yeah.
first Uber trip just 3 weeks ago, and my car broke down in Taunton.
No,
I sh-
it's not a really good place to break down, is it?
No, well, it worked out okay, but I heard some really wild stuff about
Yeah.
Uber, and I'm just glad I survived it.
I'm glad you did too.
Thank
We've
you,
been
yeah.
taking over doing the show now.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right?
We
I'm
are.
just saying what I'm getting at is the idea of doing an Uber, even an Uber trip could be something to write
yeah.
about.
It's-
I
yeah.
survived it. Took an Uber ride 18 miles, and I got out of the guy's car,
Yeah,
and he
we're
didn't
always
even try
told
to
not to
jump
take,
me.
you know.
Right.
Yeah, we're always told as kids not to get in strangers' cars,
Exactly,
and then
yeah.
as adults we're like, why not?
Okay, all right. That's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, you definitely have the knack for comedy stuff. Now, so when are you going? So this is going to be going on in September. But what do you have anything going on in the meantime? Well, obviously, right now we're getting through the COVID
Well,
thing.
I was just represented by an agency. I am now.
Tell me about the agency.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Shea Management.
Okay.
It's a really great management team. They're so awesome with.
Where are they
trying
out
to, Boston and Worcester.
Cool.
Yeah, they're great, and they absolutely helped me out trying to figure out how to get my name out there and try to
Wow.
yeah,
That's great.
it's pretty cool, and it was such a big deal to my mom. She's like, oh my God, this means that you made it. I'm like, well, no, I'm like not until I act with Robert Downey Jr. That's
Okay.
when I'll finally make it. But no, it was a huge step for me being able to do that because I didn't think I'd ever be able to do those things.
Well, like I always say, everything happens for a reason, and
Yeah.
you're proving right now every day of your
Absolutely.
life that good things happen to people that really
That-
persevere, and
Absolutely.
I've never met anyone that's persevered as much. Well, I've met people that have persevered, but
Yeah.
you really push it hard. I love that.
Yeah, because I
But
feel
you
like
enjoy
no
it.
one.
That's the important thing.
I love it. I absolutely love it, and no one else is going to do the work but me.
Right.
So I have to push myself as hard as I can. I have to be able to do all the things that I can to get myself to where I want to be.
Okay. Now, in terms of did you minor in psychology in any of your schools too?
I took psychology in high school.
Okay, just in high school. Okay.
And I wanted to take a little bit in college and everything. I mean, I had friends who majored in psychology in college, and they would show me their homework, and I'm like, that's so interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
But I mean, I always found the human brain so interesting and
Fascinating. Yes, we were
yeah,
discussing that. And,
absolutely.
and the more bizarre it is, the more fascinating you find it.
Oh,
As well, it should be.
absolutely.
Okay.
Which is not always the best case, but I mean, you find it still interesting.
It is,
yeah.
yeah.
With even serial killers or anything like that.
Do you ever analyze your dreams at all?
Yes.
Tell me
yeah,
about that.
Sometimes I'll write down my dreams.
Okay.
I'll write
Have
them down.
you had any real humdingers lately that you want to share? Just curious. It sounds to me like you dream a lot.
Oh God.
But it's up to you.
My dreams can get pretty weird.
That's what I'm asking for.
I've dreamed
Because I have weird dreams, and I think it takes one to know one.
I've dreamed in cartoons before.
There you go.
And I dreamed that I was Daffy Duck and my
That's awful. Right? Yeah.
yeah, and my mom was my mom, my sister, and my dad were the three his nephews or so, the little ones.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and I just was I was screaming at them in a Donald Duck voice, and I woke up and I was convinced that
You were really Daffy Duck.
yeah,
Oh,
I had
cool.
to look in the mirror and everything. Do I have a beak? I was so scared, but it was so strange. I'm I didn't even know you could dream in and
Cartoon,
sometimes
want animation? Why
yeah,
not? Sure you
I
can.
was like, what? And sometimes I won't even dream. Sometimes it's just blank, and then I wake up. I'm like,
What just
well,
happened?
yeah, was I?
know.
Yeah,
I know.
It's so weird. Or I'll dream in black and white. That's when
Okay.
it really scares me because I'm like, this isn't
You
like
think you
the
went
Three
colorblind, right?
Yeah, I'm like, this isn't the Three Stooges. This is.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah.
why not? You love the Three Stooges.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love the Three Stooges.
We all do.
There
we
you
all
go.
do. Who doesn't? And
But
I'm
they've
like,
been colorized too.
yeah.
That's why it made it even more scary.
Yeah, I'm like, this is so strange to
Okay.
dream in such weird ways, and I think it's just my imagination, just my
Well, that's the
creative
idea.
side to my mind.
Life
and-
is just just our imaginations running wild.
absolutely.
You can write that down if you want.
Yeah.
Take credit for it.
Yeah.
Now, one thing we didn't cover before is I was wondering, are you musically inclined at all? Do you ever sing, dance,
My
play an
mom
instrument?
loves to say that I sing. I don't sing in front. I used to do. I did chorus when I was in
Okay.
middle school.
Sound like you have a nice voice.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
even with that little you sound like a nice sound there.
yeah, I occasionally sing.
Okay, just for
Most-
fun though, not for.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Ever done
it-
karaoke at a bar?
No,
Being-
if I'll like if like I'm feeling like really in my feelings, I'll break out like some like Mariah Carey or something,
Love
and
Mariah.
I'll just like start screaming, or I'll sing Adele, and my mom like will be downstairs and she'll text me from downstairs and be like, "Love your voice." I'm like, "Oh, thank you."
Usually they say,
I'm
"Shut
like,
up."
She can do yeah. Usually she just has she's just like she's gonna do whatever she wants to do and let her do it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
She deals with my my singing and acting, like even if I
It's nothing to deal with. She's probably delighted.
yeah, she
You're
loves
the
it. It's
spark plug in her
entertaining.
life.
Yeah, it's entertaining and keeps her
Absolutely.
busy.
Yeah. Well, what about? I mean, did you ever play an instrument? Play piano,
I
harp?
have a guitar.
You do?
It's sitting in my closet as we speak.
Okay.
And I've broken her out a few times, like wanted to try it, but
Why don't you let your cat play it?
yeah, no, she would
Sounds
probably
like she'd love that.
She'd probably just like go like
Yeah,
this
but
and
she'd
like
probably- she'd go for
I
the
could make
strings.
I could make a song out of
You
it.
make a song out of it. You make a
Yeah,
video out of
right,
it.
Yeah, and then she'll be famous and I'll be sitting
That's
here.
exactly. Well, we'll
Like,
help-
all right.
Well, okay, but remember, it was my idea, so I want some of the cuts.
Yeah.
Okay. I want some of the catnip.
You'll get some of the you get some of the revenue.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. The
We'll have an
revenue.
ad. You'll get the ad
Get
revenue.
it the
for
round
yeah.
revenue? Yeah. We're really getting silly here.
Oh,
All right.
man.
All
That's
right.
great.
Well, so, all right. Well, how long have you had the guitar for?
Oh God, I got it when I was probably entering high school.
Okay, so just like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
taken it out a few times and I've strummed it, acting like I
Well,
know
have you ever taken
what
lessons?
I'm
You ever
doing.
at least buy a book about how to play the
Yeah,
notes?
I have a DVD and a book. I just never didn't want to, I guess.
Okay, all right,
I mean,
well-
I want to and never really wanted to get around it.
Well, it might be so. I mean, to have it in your closet gathering dust, it might be something that you could work with a little bit.
Yeah,
to
I
help,
mean, to pass the
it's
time
a
and,
great
you know.
diversion like everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. Pass the time.
Maybe
and
even write joke songs with it.
joke songs like
Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Just
I was on this goofy talk show the other day, and I'm not going back,
Yeah,
baby.
I feel like we're in between two ferns.
I know,
Like,
right?
Love that.
Okay,
Uh,
that's great.
Yeah.
And now, that having been said, I'm wondering, have you ever tried to join a band? Probably not. Or thought about it? Or know people that were in a band that maybe that you're friends with
I
that
know
you might want
some
to try
people,
in the future? Just
I
an
know
idea.
some people that are in a band, and I know some people that are like, want to be rappers
Yeah,
from
yeah.
my school or something, and I'm like, you have fun with that, because,
If you're what with that?
you have fun with that.
Oh,
you
have
know,
fun
like,
with that.
Yeah, you enjoy that. You
So
enjoy,
basically,
you
they
know.
don't want to get involved with it. So they're leaving it up to you then
Oh yeah,
to make it happen.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
always like, and even one of my friends is like, oh, would you like to be in a music video? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
Well,
And
were
then-
you?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, did you go on did you get on a set and do some acting that you thought was going to be in a music video at some point?
Oh no. He was just wanting to make a music video for one of his songs that he put out on
When
SoundCloud.
he offered
and-
you an opportunity to be in it?
Yeah, and then we just never talked about it again.
You never did. Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you didn't
so
do
I'm like,
it.
yeah, he didn't
Oh,
even
okay.
make the music
Why don't you
video
call
for
him
the
back
song.
and say, when are you going to do the video?
Oh, no, I just
maybe
left-
he just needs someone to light a fire under him, literally.
Oh, see, I just said to him, yeah,
You
absolutely.
say you have a lighter, right?
Yeah, I always
Okay.
got lighters on me. I need them. I
Right,
need them.
okay.
But no, yeah, I always leave that up to other people.
Okay,
If they
well,
want
now here's like I always try to give advice to my guests that might help them out. Don't leave it up to other people when it's something that might
Yeah.
be something that you could take to the next level if you gave
Yeah.
it a shot.
yeah.
Just like everything else you've given a shot to.
Yeah, and but I did it all myself.
Right, that's
if
my
people,
point,
If
and you can
people
do-
want to be able to do things, they gotta do it for themselves.
Right.
I'll-
That's what I'm saying to you. If somebody invited you, I always say it's a sign from divine providence. If somebody invites you to do something then they chicken out, and then that leaves you holding the ball.
Yeah.
You can either throw the ball in the ocean or throw it at everybody else and say, hey, look what I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm saying now is your chance to take it to the next
maybe
level.
I'll have to hit him up.
I'll be happy to do.
I'll
I'll be
like
a music video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll be a dancing Jack in the Box.
Yeah. Absolutely. That'd be great.
I can shake him down.
That'd be hilarious.
It
yeah.
would be. That's
I'd be
the
able
idea.
to tell a joke about it. Like, oh.
Totally. You wouldn't even have to. It would be funny in and of itself. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. All right. So what is your? I'm just curious now. You're not in school anymore.
Nope.
What do you? Okay. Guess what? We're down to the final 5 minutes. They're probably cutting us short because they've had enough. I'm only kidding.
I'm probably sick of
No,
it.
but what does your schedule look like regularly now in terms of basically what you do to try and keep yourself afloat with work and whatnot? I mean, your agency, you're always on call for them. What have they gotten you so far,
Yeah.
if anything?
So they're
The agency, 2 offices, right?
Yeah,
Right.
they plan on getting me to do headshots for my portfolio.
Okay.
And hopefully we can work on that. Hopefully this week or maybe next week.
That's great.
So yeah, it'll be pretty cool. I'm sure you'll see the photos.
Oh, I can't wait to see them. I know I'll see them.
Absolutely.
I'll probably
yeah.
buy them. I'll steal them.
Yeah. I'll have to make you like huge printout copies.
That'll work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Post them all over my
We'll
wall.
frame 'em.
It'll be your face will be my wallpaper.
Yeah, we'll frame them next to JFK.
Oh, wow. Yeah, JFK would love that.
You love it, yeah.
Yeah, all the Kennedys would.
Absolutely. Love the Kennedys.
Well, like I said at the beginning, we're down to the final 5 minutes. So what I want you to do is look at the orange camera there, the R2D2. Give shouts out to
Nolan,
people
hello.
that are going to see the show.
Hey mom, what's up? Yeah, finally, right? Yeah, I get to say hi, and I hope you enjoyed it, and you're welcome for the shout out, and all my other friends. Yeah.
Don't forget Joe and Mario and all
Oh
those.
yeah, everybody else. That's so excited to see me. I'm so happy to do this and give you guys some insight into what I've been doing, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it.
Well, I hope you had fun with me.
Absolutely. Are you
Okay.
crazy?
Okay. Well, that having been said, like I asked you, I mean, we just met a few hours ago, but any of the people that either that guy that made the video that plays music, anybody that has an interesting story to tell, does an interesting activity,
Absolutely.
have them text me if they want to do the show.
I'd
That's how
love to.
Get a lot of people in here or whatever
Absolutely.
other location I do topic time at.
Absolutely.
And-
I'd
and
love
that's-
to.
And
I'm
that's
sure everybody
it.
would love the opportunity.
Okay, yeah. And Danielle, you were a wonderful guest.
Well, thank you so much.
And and thank you for not smoking in my car when I brought
You're
you
welcome. Yeah. I
Thank you
made
for,
sure.
Thank you for leaving your cigarettes behind.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay?
Yep.
My lungs thank you with their asthma and all that and everything.
I'll be here all week.
I know. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we might as well wrap it up. We pretty much covered it all. Is there anything
Yeah.
else you want to add before we finish it, or?
No. Unless you want me to shout out my Instagram and
Go ahead.
Facebook.
Don't forget your
okay.
cat too, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Alana.
Alani. You'll probably watch
Alani.
it at home. Alani.
Yeah, she'll love this.
Yeah, she'll love it. She'll be like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah. Stay away from him.
Yeah, no. But you can follow me on Instagram at the Danielle Petrova, and you can find my Facebook at Danielle Petrova.
All right. Great job, Danielle.
Thank you.
All right, folks. On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Hope to see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Here we go. Here we go.